So bring your feet together, your ankles and your knees together. Take them out and swivel around so your feet are parallel, facing forward. Press towards the heels and the outside of your feet. Particularly if, like me, you're a bit knocky, just press out a little, get that lovely firmness through your feet, and feel that big toe joint on the floor as well as the other 4 toes on each foot. Draw those abs and tuck that tailbone under. Lift the shoulders up to your ears, take them around, drawing those shoulder blades together and let them drop down your back. Make sure that the ribs don't come out of the belly at the same time. So keep that rib cage tight and draw those abdominals in. Chin parallel with the floor with a beautiful feeling of elongation through the spine and that head. Just give it a little wiggle. Feel as if it's dangling from the ceiling by a piece of string. You will naturally feel, or you should feel, a little bit longer in the neck. And breathe in, and on the out breath, we're going to draw those shoulders up to our ears and drop. So I was going to go into all the breathing, but I'd rather just get up. You folk know it. So draw those shoulders up and let them drop. Just draw them up and let them fall and relax a little bit lower than they did the time before, as if you're shrugging away the stresses of the day. Now, keep going with the shrugs. We are missing loads of people, so I'm not sure if, there you go, there are people having trouble logging in. So I know Fiona was logging in, and there's Catherine. And then let's take those shoulder blades up to your ears and take them around. Let's just do a little bit more warm up through the shoulders. Circle those shoulders up to your ears, round the back and down, and then back round the other way. Keep the arms heavy down the side, palms facing in to the side, outside of your thighs, right back. So the shoulder blades draw together. Come up to the ears and circle back around. And then one more. Then take those arms up, shoulders away from the ears, palms facing in, even between each other, so they're not one hand taller than the other. Draw those abs in on the out breath, reach one arm up. Try not to sway too much in that torso. You're reaching the arm, elongating that arm in the shoulder, and relax it back down. Reach the other arm up. Really feel that stretch in the shoulder, out to the shoulder joint there. Relax it down. Again, on the other side. Each time you go on each side, and a little bit closer up to the ceiling. Reach and lower, reach and lower. Another once on each side. Sorry about the links this evening, folk, but one of the best things, because there's the same Zoom link for every Monday class, is just scroll up and look at the other Monday one if I've been a bit naff, and reach up and relax down. Take those arms by your side. Take the left arm, take it over your head. Keep that right arm feeling heavy. Draw those abs in, tuck that tailbone under as you reach over to the right. Come back up, arm comes down. Take the other arm over, stretching over. That left arm feeling heavy down by the side, and go again on the other side. Keep going each side. Each time you go, keep the abs drawn in, the tailbone tucked under, that arm that's reaching just a little bit longer and a little bit longer over. Really, really nice work. Let's work a little in the rotations. Now, I've not seen your standing rotations on a Monday night for a while, and we know that there are no prisoners when we stand up. So pop it in a prayer position. So pop your hands in a prayer underneath your chin. Keep that chin parallel to the floor, and pop your thumbs on your sternum. This is a nice way so that when we turn, keep those feet nice and parallel. Draw those abs in. Breathe in on the out breath, turn in the waist, but that chin should stay nice and track with the sternum. So if you're wanting to turn your head, then you're at a point where you know that that's your rotational capacity, flexibility, mobility, whatever the word is. Draw those abs in and turn. So you breathe in, pull up out of the waist, keep those shoulders away from your ears, and you turn. And those turning, keep going. So I want to look at you. So it sounds a bit creepy, doesn't it? But you know. So draw those ribs in, pull up, create that space. We've been working a lot this term on creating that space between the hip and the lower rib. Breathe in, draw the rib cage up, create that space, turn in that waist. Those hip bones are like little headlamps. They stay forward. Keep going. Shoulders relaxed, twisting in that torso from one side, not too far, Carolina. Feel I'm picking on you as soon as you've jumped in. Draw in, you're twisting in the waist. If you're turning this way, I don't think many of us are that flexible in the torso, in the spinal rotations. It's quite likely you're turning those hips. So get feedback from the screen, take a look of yourselves as you go up from one side to the other, looking really nice. So if you're looking lovely, Steph. Yeah, don't worry if you're not going too far, that's fine. Watch yourself. I think those shoulders were moving as well, Catherine. Keep those shoulder blades lovely and stable. So as you turn, you're not, can you see where I'm turning the whole of my rib cage or my shoulders? You're just turning the whole torso. Imagine this, you're twisting, visualize it's the rib cage that is twisting, okay? Catherine's turned the camera off. I don't think she liked my feedback. Keep going, looking lovely, Susan, really controlled, really precise. Well done, Carolina, that is so much better, well done. Lovely, Paula, and really nice, Fiona. Let's have a look at you, Alison, sorry. Yeah, I know you were doing these really well, and we practice these a lot on a Thursday night. Nice, so a couple more there, folk. We'll balance up then to finish off. Sorry, I know I get pernickety, but when we do a lot of sit-in rotations on a Monday and Thursday, so it's nice to see how well you're doing in flexibility in that rib cage. So really, really nice work. So making sure that you've still got that lovely Pilates stance, pressing out with the sides of your feet, tailbone tucked under, and abs drawn in. We're going to go down into our squat. So we're going to take, you don't have to take the arms out, but draw the abs. It can be a little one to start with. You're taking that tailbone down between your knees, that are heels. That's the visual. Shoulders away from your ears. I'm going in slow-mo there. And come back up. Press those hands down. Go again. You're actually, another nice way of thinking about it, keeping that back straight. You're trying to sit down on a chair. So keep going. And this is one, I'm taking it, stripping it back a little bit this evening to where we started, certainly back about 14, 16 months ago, maybe longer. If I make that chair a little bit higher, you can practice these at home by coming down and seeing, taking those knee bends over the middle two toes, draw those abs in and seeing, keeping the back straight. If you can come down to a chair, so coming down, so you're not sitting on the chair, okay? You're just touching the chair with the butt cheeks and up. Now, if you can start with a higher chair using a block like I am here, and then you can start taking that block away. Keep going, folks, draw those abs in, keep coming down until you can start coming a bit lower and coming back up. I've actually lifted my big toes there. So draw those abs in, take the back down towards the floor and come back up. Do a couple more of those as I park the chair. Breathe in, draw the abs in, and as you come down, also squeeze those glutes a bit. Press those hands away, shoulder blades drawn together. Take the butt down, really nice work. Couple more. Watch those knees, Paula, they're kind of doing this. You want them to kind of do this. So tracking over those, the second toe or the second two toes. Really nice. One more, folk. And then we'll come up and we'll take it into our balance and put it all together. So those feet, make sure you can feel all the toes. And as I said, if you stretch your fingers out, it can sometimes help you to stretch your toes out. So you've got as much of the feet end on the underside of the floor as possible. Breathe in, draw the abs in, draw those glutes together. Take the arms up. Breathe in, and on the out breath, come up onto the balls of your feet. Come down, bring those arms down. Let's try that again. So a little balance here. Take the arms up, keep the shoulders away from your ears. Come up onto the balls of your feet. Breathe in, breathe out. Heels down, arms down. We'll do that one more time. Breathe in, breathe out, arms up. Come up onto the balls of your feet. And then bring the heels down and bring the arms down. So we're going to put the two together. Almost feels like the bar warm up for some of us, but we're not, we're keeping that control of our movements, where we're going to come up onto the balls of your feet. Bring the heels down with control and bring those arms back and take them back up with control, with intent. Come up onto the balls of the feet. Heels come down, arms come up. Keep going. Do at least 3 or 4 of these. Nice little way to warm up, but also to feel as if you're getting that control between the balance. Come down with control. Then you bend the knees, arms come back. And control, draw the abs in, tuck the tailbone under, back. Couple more, really nice. So it looks like we really sway back in our warm up. This is all control, really nice work. Another one, everyone, looking really, really nice this evening. And then we'll come to our roll down. You can stand to the ends of the mat should you wish. I'll move that in a second. But I'd like you to see me as well. So breathe in, take the chin to the chest, breathe out, make sure those abs are drawn into the spine, bring the shoulders over. You can feel the head and the arms hanging heavy. You're pressing out on the sides of the feet. You're rolling down through the spine, one vertebra at a time. You're feeling as if you're peeling each single one away from the wall. As you roll down, nice and slowly, creating space between each of your vertebrae as you roll down towards the floor as far as you can go. Then once you're there, just hang there for a breath or two. And when you're ready to roll back up, breathe in, you draw those abs to the spine, and on the out breath, start to rebuild. Envisaging each vertebra like a pebble, lovely and flat on the beach, restacking each single vertebra one at a time. And then as you come to the top, you draw the shoulder blades together, dropping them down your back, facing forward. And then in your own time, going to roll down once more, chin to chest, arms come down, feeling the weight, the dead weight of the arms and the head. Really nice. And it'd be really great, folk, if you want any homework over the half term, is try this against a wall. Straighten those legs a tad more if you can, Paula. You don't need to touch the floor or anything, but I want, you don't want to lock the knees out, but I really want you to draw that tailbone back. Really nice. Okay. And then we're going to do a little rotation here as well. So this is where we do bend both knees, hands can go, fingertips come to the mat, straighten the right leg, draw that chest to the top of the thigh or as far as it can. So you start stretching out a little in the hamstring. And on your straightened right leg, draw the abs in, and when you're ready, twist to the right, sending the right arm up to the ceiling, twisting in that waist, and the eye line turning, neck looking up, turning, sorry, the eye line looking up to that right hand. And then on the next breath, come back around nice and slowly, bend both knees, straighten the left. And then when you're ready and on the breath, turn and take your left arm around, reaching up. You can draw that torso closer to the thighs if you want. Get a nice hamstring stretch. Come back around. and bend both knees and walking forward and coming onto all fours. So I want you to get into a lovely 4-point position where you are feeling where your knees are underneath your hips, the hands are underneath your shoulders. Let's do a little cat-cow. It never harms them. We can find our neutral spine. So draw those abs into the spine, tuck the tailbone under, send that back up to the ceiling, arching it up. When you come to the mid back and the upper back, press away from the floor, pushing between the shoulder blades. The head comes down to look at your thighs. Keep the head there and send the tailbone in the other direction. The abdominals come down to the mat, and then you come to look up front as the shoulder blades glide down your back and your eye line faces forward. From this position, find that midpoint between those extremes of tilts. So you're in a really, really nice neutral spine. Be aware of your hip bones. Make sure they stay square with the mat. That's an easier way for me to say those like shining headlights down at the mat. Breathe in on the out breath. I want you to send the right arm and the left leg away. I want you to focus first on the elongation and then just holding it there, making sure that your abs are drawn in. Breathe in, and on the out breath, you reach, reach, reach. So the leg and the arm are reaching away. And we're going to keep it up there for a couple of breaths. We're not going to rush this move this evening. And when you're ready, we'll take our hand and foot down and we come back into our starting position. And we'll go again on the other side. You breathe in, and on the out breath, we reach the left arm and right leg away. And we keep reaching. And then when we're ready on the next breath, we keep that reach as we lift each limb in its respective direction. And we hold it there, drawing those abs in, breathing in, and on the out breath, taking it down and coming back to our starting position. Try that again for at least another 4 times as I take a look to see how you're getting on with that. Now I'm looking that I can put a glass on your tailbone, and I should be able, a glass of anyone's favorite drink, and I should see it nice and still. I'm looking to see an elongation, those hips staying level, neck nice and long, nice and slow, really nice. Susan, that looks really lovely there. That looks lovely and long. Well done. Now slowing it down can sometimes make it feel a little bit harder. So don't be surprised if you find it a little bit more challenging. Really nice. So do another one on each side. If you've just finished up on one, balance up there. Come over. Reach. And we're going to carry on with this. We're going to do a little progression. As you do one more on each side. I've just done a sped up version here for the camera. And when you're back in those 4 points, just check that your back hasn't dipped, your hips haven't come out of alignment. So just make sure you're lovely and steady on those 4 points. You're pushing up between your shoulder blades, looking just slightly ahead of you so our head's nice and long, abs drawn in. So this, particularly when we slow it down, it challenges our abdominals, our shoulder girdle, and our pelvic girdle. So it's as well as really, really great for our back muscles. So this time we're going to breathe in, and on the out breath, send both that right arm and that left leg away. And we're going to bring it up. And then I want you to take the left leg down. And I want you to tap that right hand down and up, down and up. So keeping that torso still, elongating that leg away, but I'd like your toes just light on the mat. So you've got a nice long line, but you're tapping that arm, elongating it, up and down for another 2. Slow it down, another 1, and come back into your starting position. Cool stuff, cool. Right, let's do the other leg. So breathe in, out, elongate away, send both up, reaching away. In and on the out breath, you just tap that left leg down, keeping it nice and long. And then we tap that right, left hand down and up, taking it down and up. No movement on that torso, but you've got the weight in your right hand and your left knee for another 3, 2, and 1. Bring it back in, both. Let's add on to that. Another little add on. So drawing those abs in, shoulder blades down your back, pressing in between your back so there's no sagging. Breathe in on the out breath, that right arm and left leg again, coming a little off the screen. You know, sometimes you can be a bit fidgety. I think I'm feeling fidgety with my screen this evening. It's one of those weird things. Reaching away. This time you come up and you send your arm and your leg out on the diagonal. Take a few breaths there. Nice still torsos. Back to the center. Down and in. Let me go in this way so you can see what that looks like on the other leg. So you breathe in, breathe out, send that left arm and right leg away and take it up. And then take it out to the side, reaching away. I want to see pointy toes, fingertips pointing away. Breathe when you're there, a few breaths. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Arms back and leg back each way. Tap down, back into the starting position. Let's do that one more time on each side. Breathe in, out, send the right arm, left leg away. Take them up out in front. So really nice, still torsos. Take it out on the diagonal. Few breaths there, hold and reaching away in that opposite direction. Back each side. Down. The hand comes in. Well done, everyone. Another one as you reach away, left arm, right leg, abs drawn in. Stay strong as you lift that arm and leg. Reaching away. Breathe in, breathe out. Send that leg and the arm out on the diagonal. When the abs and staying strong in the shoulder girdle. Keep breathing. As you come out to the front, tap down and back in. Draw the abs in and bring the glutes down onto your heels, reaching forward into a child's pose. So big apologies, everyone. I did mean to tee that up for different options, so you didn't have to, should you not want to, you didn't have to go and do on the diagonal. But I'm hoping as I layer on, if the layering feels challenging, always take it back down to that first, or one of the earlier layerings, okay? But well done there on the 4-point single arm leg stretch layering. So we are going to do a little cat-cow here. So take that tailbone under once again, curl the toes under, draw the abs in, push up between the shoulder blade, take the bottom towards the heels in that arched position, stretching the arms forward. Nice and slow. Coming back down through the middle, keep traveling through in that lovely arched spine between the arms. And then coming back into the middle. When you're in the middle with the toes curled under, push away with the hands, push up into a downward dog, and then press one heel to the floor, then the other as you walk through a nice calf stretch, sending that tailbone up to the ceiling, feeling the energy coming out from the floor through your mat, all the way up through the palms of your hands, all the way up to the shoulder blades as you walk one leg, then the other, pressing the heel one at a time onto the mat. Keep going for a few more times. And then keep both heels off the floor and draw those abs in. Now, don't worry, this isn't a big move. We're going to walk forward into a plank, but we're not doing anything funky in the plank. But if you know already that a plank isn't for you, take the knees to the floor now and then walk the hands out, okay? Otherwise, we walk the hands out into a plank. Okay, we're not going to stay here. We're going to slowly come down to the floor. Slow, 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 coming down onto the floor. Then we send our arms in front. I'm just checking, I'm still on the camera. Reaching away. Draw those abs in off the floor. Send the legs away behind you as you reach away. Lift those arms up off the floor. Bring the neck up a little, the head up a little bit, but keep the eye line down at the floor. Reach those arms away. Keep reaching them out. Make sure there's no tension through the neck. This is about using the shoulder muscles. And it's great to strengthen these muscles here, because when we're looking at our devices or our computers, keep reaching away and breathing. As I try and distract you by chatting, draw the abs up, keep reaching away. So it's really good to strengthen these muscles to help support the neck when we're crouched over in our little device position. When you're ready, reach away, take the arms around you, palms leading the way, so that palms come to the outside of your thighs. Draw the shoulder blades together. You feel your torso lift a little as you come into the dart. Now you can stay there, or you can reach the legs away so the feet also lift off the floor. Draw the abs in, stay in that lovely torpedo or dart position. Shoulder blades coming together as much as you can. Abs drawing in, and you breathe. Staying here for a couple more breaths, for another 2, and another 1. And then you come down, take the hands each side of your shoulder blades, push up onto your knees, come back up into a downward dog. Walk that dog a little, taking those heels one at a time to the floor, pressing away with both heels on the balls of your feet on both legs. Breathe in, draw the abs in, breathe out. We walk over for the last plank of the evening. As I said, take your knees to the floor and take the legs, arms out. That's absolutely fine too. Few more breaths there. We're going to lower down. Again, you're bending those elbows alongside your torso, coming down to the floor nice and slowly, keeping the eye line to the floor. Send those legs away behind you, drawing the abs off the floor, sending the arms out in front. Breathe in on the out breath, lift those arms again. Keep them lifted. I'm coming to look at you in the screen. Lift, 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 lift. Draw the abs in, press the pelvis slightly, really push out those shoulders. Watch that neck. You're looking down at the floor, but keep all the tension away from that neck as you reach the arms out for a few more breaths. If you're feeling particularly weak there, these are some exercises you may want to continue adding in personally to really help your neck, folks. Right, leading with your palms, reaching away. Take the arms around the side. Draw those shoulder blades together as if they're trying to give each other a little peck. Draw, 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 draw. Can they kiss each other? Keep looking down, keep the neck long, palms facing in, fingertips reaching down towards your ankles. Keep breathing. Keep drawing those abs away. We're taking care of that lower back. And then if you want, reach those toes and feet away so the feet come off the floor. You stand into attention almost in this dart position for a few more breaths, for 3 more, for 2, for 1. Come down towards the mat, relax, push away, but this time come into a child's pose. Your bottom's on the heels. You can do a puppy pose if it's more comfortable for you. Knees the width of your mat, pressing the butt again towards the feet, pressing the chest down between the knees and the arms reach forward. Forehead can be on the mat, and breathe. Take a couple more breaths there. And while you're there, actually, what could be quite nice after all of that little session is lift the wrists, hands up, and maybe circle a little. Maybe put the elbows on the floor, stay in your child's position, and circle through the wrists. So you get a little bit of wrist sort of mobility as well there, a little bit of a wrist release. For it, do a couple of circles one way, a couple another, and go back the other way. Right, push up, come up onto your knees. Whew. We're going to do a little knee. We're going to go into some glute work now. I think Paula particularly never wants to know what we're working. I think she's like, let's just get on with it. Don't tell me in advance. So I'm going to start with my right leg. Okay, now, if your knees don't like being compressed, don't hesitate to roll up your mat. Particularly this mat is a yoga mat, so it's really thin. It's the only bright color one I could get for. You couldn't get a really bright, thick Pilates one for the Zooms. And we're going to take one leg out to the side. Promise it's not going to be a long one, but I think it's a nice one to start our glute work. So I've got my right leg out to the side, my abs drawn in, my arms pushing out each side. I'm going to come sideways on so you can see as well. So you can't see my other leg, because if I were to, I could fit between two panes of glass, arms out to the side, shoulder blades drawn together. And you're just going to tip to the side. And if you're nice and straight like that, when you tip that hand should be in line with your knees. I've said this before, but if it aches or you're uncomfortable, you can always pop your hand there on a block if it feels too low down, okay? So play with these as you get more and more familiar with Pilates and your own body. So take that hand down towards the floor. That hand can be on your hip or behind your head. Again, it doesn't make a difference to the exercise. It's just your own comfort's really important. What's important is you draw those abs in. Now, I'm not looking for a really high leg lift on this, okay? I'm looking for a glute squeeze. So your foot's facing forward in a flexed position, and you lift and you lower. Draw those abs in, lift and lower. Now carry on. I am going to show you an alternate version. I don't think we've got any Thursday Zens in the class. I'm not sure. But you can do it this way, particularly if your knee is really playing up, okay? So it may be a little bit harder to do the progressions from here, but I just want to show you, don't stay there in pain. If there's a option that feels more comfortable for you. So draw the abs in, lift and lower, squeeze that glute and down for another 3, another 2, another 1. Keep that same height, point that toe. We're going to do little circles. I want you to draw the abs and squeeze your glute, circling around, and then back round the other way for another 5, another 4, 3, 2, 1. We're just going to add on there. Flex the foot, take that heel down, almost the whole leg goes behind, as if you're trying to kick your butt. And we're just going to do some froggy kicks. Squeeze the glute, draw the abs in, stay strong in the shoulder girdle as we kick for another 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lengthen out, bring that leg down, and we reach back over, stretching through the other side, taking our arm down a bit longer if it feels good for you. Now, I know we normally, I do one of my favorite sequences here is where we go into a side plank, but actually we're going to go back onto our 4 points. Now, remember which leg you were on. If you were following me, it's the right leg. And we draw our abs in and we send our leg out. And we're going to take it so over the leg and around, okay? So I'll come this way just to show where we're at. Send it out behind you, send it up. And then we take it over the left leg and to the outside. So drawing the abs, the shoulder blades down your back, leg comes out, it lifts up. You take it over the opposite leg and it comes out to the side and it comes over. Now, try and keep those hips nice and still. So feel it in the glute rather than just shooting that leg into the biggest arc it can go. Keep the legs straight, keep the hips square with the mat. Feel the energy of the mat through the arms, so you're staying strong in the shoulder girdle. Another 2 and another 1. Come back on 4 points. You can do a little cat-cow if you want to ease out through the back for any reason, or if that helps you relax out or loosen out in the back or loosen any tension. We're just going to add on there. Now you can stay with that one should you wish, okay? Otherwise, we are going to send our leg out and up, okay? We're going to send it over that opposite leg. We're going to take it out to the side. And then we're going to take the left arm and we're going to lift our leg up and down. I'll just show you what that looks like. So you take that leg comes over, then you point the toe, take the left arm and that straight leg out and down, back into the 4, okay? So take that leg out to the back, draw the abs in, send it over the other leg, take it outside, place it onto the floor, press the toe out and the arm out, down, back in. Let's just do 5 of those. Draw the abs in, send our leg out to the back, take it up, send it over the left leg, send it to the outside. It's just stay tapping down as you lift that leg up and that arm comes out and you come back in. Couple more, send it out, up, take it over the left leg, take it to the outside, arm out, leg up, come down, bring the hand and the knee back in. Let's just do 1 of these more. Breathe in, out, send our right leg away, take it up. It comes over that left leg, send it to the outside, reach out front with the left arm and out with the right leg, come back in, come back into a child or puppy pose. So take the knees out, taking the bottom in between the feet, or come back into a child's pose, reach forward. Come back up onto your knees and let's do the other side. So you're all still with me there. I'll take a little look at you on this side. I just needed to set that one up. I was introducing something new there. So send the left leg out to the side, reach those arms away, tip over, hand on your head or on your waist, flexing that foot. You send it up and down, reach up and down. As I said, I'm more interested in the quality rather than the quantity. So if you're squeezing that glute, that leg may not come up very far because you're squeezing that muscle and tapping down. Keep going, reaching up, draw the abs in, staying strong on that shoulder girdle, up, tap down, come up and tap down. Let's go for another 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Keep it up there, point that toe and circle it around. Little circles, squeezing that glute, staying long in the waist, drawing the abs in as you circle. Couple more times, back round the other way. Go for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Flex that foot, take the knee behind, take the heel behind, and kick the butt cheek. Squeeze in that left glute as you kick. Keep kicking for another 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come down, come over onto all fours. If the wrists are playing up a little, you can just circle them around. It's really also great for us to strengthen those wrists over time. Shoulder blades gliding down your back. Breathe in, out, send that leg away. It comes up. You take it over the right leg and take it out. Take it over to the right leg and take it out to the side. So little rainbow arcs as you come over each way. Keep the torso still, draw the abs in, keeping that arch small and tight and contained, keeping the hips as level as you can, and maintaining form through the shoulder girdle. Do a few more as I look at you there. Let's do 4 more. Just keep the legs straight. You can keep that move small. Another 3. Another 2. And another 1. Really nice. This time, placing that foot, lift and lower and back. Sending it out, taking it over the right, over out to the outside of the left, lifting the leg and the arm and tapping down, popping the knee back down, getting a nice centered positioning on 4 points. 2 more, reach out, send it over the right, over to the left, reach out to the front, step out to the left, come down and back in. Julie Miller will be doing this class now in the week 1 more time. And she'll be like, you forgot this on the other side. She'll be shouting at the screen at the recording. Tap down, bringing the knees to the front. Sit back on your heels, reach forward, stretching through the back. Few more breaths there. Then take your right arm out to the right side, walk the left arm to join it. As you stretch all the way up through that left side, breathing into that stretch. A few more breaths there as you walk the hands 1 at a time back to the center. Then take the left hand over towards a 10 to 11 o'clock position. Walking the right hand over, reaching, and to get more of a stretch up that right side. Play with that a little bit. You can bend that left arm as you reach forward to feel a stretch coming out of your waist all the way up that side, and breathe into that stretch. Few more breaths there as you bring the hands back around and then come into a seated position. We're just going to take a nice little staggered roll back, go into a few little abdominals. So take the arms out front, keep the shoulders away from your ears, drawing those abs and staying nice and tall in that back. Breathe in on the out breath, hollow through the abdominals as you draw those muscles to the spine and come off onto your tailbone, drawing the shoulder blades forward for a nice C shape in your spine. Keep drawing the abs in as you come off that tailbone. As you come off that tailbone, the abs that take over, draw them in so there's no mounding. Keep the chin away from your chest, keep breathing. Next breath in, get prepared to go to your left, breathe out as you twist in that torso over to the left. Come back to the front, keep the abs drawn in, keep breathing. As you go again on the next out breath, twisting in that torso and coming back to the front. And we'll just do 1 more this side. Keep those shoulder blades lovely and relaxed as you turn to the left, back to the front. And stay in there, keeping the abs drawn in, keeping relaxed through the neck. Go on the other side. and come back. And we're going to do that another two times. So breathe in out as you twist. Keep those knees as still as possible. The movement all from the waist up. As you do one more, turn into the right, all in the waist, drawing those abs in. Come back to the front. Breathe in and come up an inch. Breathe out, come down an inch. Come down another inch. Breathe in, draw the abs in. Come down another inch. And then come up an inch, drawing the abs in and down. And we're going to do that for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We're going to come down to the mat, but one vertebra at a time. So really lean those shoulders in, really get a lovely arch. So you come down one vertebra at a time, landing those shoulder blades in the back of the head. Bring that right knee in, draw it into the chest, send that left knee leg away, drawing that knee in all the while, and swap, drawing that left knee in, really relax, releasing out through the flexors. Send that right leg away and lift that right leg off the floor. Draw that knee up so it's drawing you off the floor. Keep the chin away from the chest, the shoulders away from the ears. Draw those abs in, and we swap, and we swap. Keep going. Draw the knee in further and further. You may fall down or drop down a little more on the mat, but keep the shoulder blades away and the head off the mat as you draw the knee in and stretch for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Keep the eye line over the knees for 3, 2, 1. Keeping that knee in, drawing up a little bit more so you're drawing off the mat. Take the arms around you, pop your head in your hands, your elbows in your peripheral vision. Twist and tap that knee with the opposite elbow and swap legs. And tap and tap. Keep going. Drawing the abs in, twisting in that torso, staying as lifted as you can off the mat as you twist and twist for another 8, another 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Come to the floor, head to the floor, bring those knees in, twist them away from each other. 2 times in one direction and 2 times in the other. Then place one foot to the floor, then the other. Nice hip width distance. The back of the mat, back of the hips in a neutral spine, the ribs and the shoulder blades on the mat, arms by the side. Breathe in on the out breath, flat back, roll all the way up into a bridge. Come up, leave your shoulder blades on the mat. Draw those abs in as well as those glutes. Keep the knees nice and stable. Keep them at hip width so they don't fall in or go out to the side. Breathe in on the out breath, roll back down through the back, landing one vertebra at a time. And we go again. Breathe in, flat back, roll all the way up. Try and raise one, lift one vertebra at a time as the hips come up with the help of the abdominals and the gluteal engagement. Make sure you can feel the big toe joints on that mat. You'll relax through the neck, relax through the arms. Lift up the left heel and lower. Lift up the right heel and lower. Lift up both heels. Squeeze your glutes. Basically squeeze your bum cheeks. Draw those abs in, lower the heels and lift again. Squeeze your butt cheeks, lower the heels. Make sure those hips don't come down while you do that. And another one. Lift up onto those heels. Draw those butt cheeks together and take the heels back to the mat. Breathe in and on the out breath, roll back down one vertebra at a time. Try and land every single one. Take your time. Breathe through it as you come back into neutral spine. Bring your feet and your knees together, your arms out to the side. Drop the knees over to the right. Turn to look to your left. If it's comfortable for you, you can straighten that top leg. Reach it away. Keep both shoulder blades on the floor. Bend that top leg, draw the abs in as you lift your knees, send them over to the other direction, to the left, as your eye line comes to look at your right. And then you can straighten, if you wish, that right leg. Reach it away, breathe into that stretch. A few more breaths there. Bring the knees back up, bring them back around. Take the right ankle, onto the left knee. Draw that left knee in, just to stretch out a little through your glutes, particularly if you use them a lot there in the little rainbow arches, in our leg lifts. If you've noticed this evening, folks, we've challenged both our shoulder girdles and our pelvic girdles in this evening's class, the last of the 6. Swap legs, take that left leg to the floor, then the right. Pop the left ankle on the right knee, draw the right knee in towards you. So we've not just worked the core and challenged the core, which we've needed to keep the hips stable, but really put pressure through our shoulder and pelvic girdles, because we've been working on them. So it was really nice to see how they all come together in this last class this evening. And you may have found it a bit challenging, or you may have found it really comfortable, or somewhere in between. Take that right foot to the floor on the left. Take that right leg up, nice and perpendicular. So the left knee, the knee and the ankle directly above the hip. Flex that foot. Draw that leg towards you. Keeping that leg dead straight. Pop your hands around the calf, doesn't matter where. Just draw that leg in towards you to release off there in the quads, hamstrings. A few more breaths. And we swap, just a nice little release there. So left leg goes up, straight. Flex that foot, breathe in, draw that leg towards the torso, holding onto the calf, drawing that leg towards you, releasing off in the hammies. Breathing into that stretch. You can send the other leg away a little should you wish, but making sure the 2 key things, the leg is straight and the foot is flexed. A few more breaths. Bend both legs. If this is comfortable for you, hold between the creases of your knees and rock up to sitting. We're just going to do our final little relax off through the spine. So take both, one leg up, then the other. We curl through the spine, drawing the abs in, and you just roll through each vertebra. If anyone's had any disc work, just go with what you know, with the body not doing this one, coming over instead into a butterfly stretch. A few more, draw the abs in, making sure that you're coming back with control and not just with momentum. So protecting the neck, not rolling onto the neck or the back of the head. And then taking the feet to the floor, bringing the soles of the feet together, drawing the shoulder blades together. Take the left ear to the left shoulder. You can walk that left hand away a little if you want a deeper stretch down the left side of the neck, or you can just leave the hand there. Then I want you to turn and look at that shoulder. And if you want, you can take that. So I've got my right ear to my right shoulder, and you take your right hand and you can just draw a little bit more with that hand. Be gentle with yourself. This is a very delicate part, but you can get a little bit more of a stretch with that hand, placing it just above your ears, drawing that ear a little bit closer to the shoulder. Then if you look under the armpit, drawing the head a little towards the armpit a little bit more. Release off with the hands, bring the head back to the front. Send the left ear to the left shoulder. Walk the right hand out a little. Turn to look at that left shoulder. With the left hand, just take it just behind your ears and draw your head just a little bit more, just a gentle coaxing. You may find you get a little bit more of a stretch. Few breaths there. Then turn our head to look under our left armpit, releasing off as you do that in the hands actually. And then draw the hand again for a little bit more of a stretch as you're looking under that armpit. Breathing into it all the while. And then release off with your hands, bring the head back up to the front. Let's release off in the shoulders with a little halo stretch. So interlace those hands, stretch the hands up as we polish in one direction, little circles, just to release off from all that 4-point leaning on the shoulder girdle, and then going back in the other direction. Bring the hands down, interlace them and reach away. So you're stretching between your shoulder blades, reaching forward. And taking the hands behind, interlace them behind and reaching away behind you. And just finish with one nice big deep breath. So we take a nice breath in, reaching away, palms facing up. And then a big breath out as our palms come together, our hands come down. As we take that big breath out, regathering our breathing into our rib cage as we close this evening, our final Monday session of the back to school term. Well done, folks.